Okay, we're on Needmore Road, one of Susan's favorites. Thought I'd come on now and before we get down here to the river. We like this so much because it runs right along beside the river. Might be the last day we get to ride for a couple of days. Temperatures right now are in the low 60s, which will probably just stay in the low 60s all day today, which is fine. We can gear up for that. But tomorrow the high is supposed to be 40, and that may be just a little too much for us. So we may just camp out, and hang out at the lodge and in the camper for the day tomorrow. Should be in the 50s the day after that, so we'll probably venture out for sure by that day. But then it's going to warm up again by the weekend. Should be in the 70s again by Saturday. If nothing else happens. We had a lot of rain last night. But it's kind of potluck. It's what you get this time of year. You know, up in the North Carolina mountains. We're not at a great deal of altitude right here. We're at just at 2,000 feet, but you can go up to 5,000, almost 6,000 feet in spots. And a lot of the good riding is up in elevation, so the temperature does drop. But as you can see, the colors are out really good. We're really happy to be here. It is a Sunday. Is it Sunday? Well, it might be Monday. I'm not sure what even today it is. Anyway, a lot of people, I think it is a Monday. I think a lot of people have left this morning. I don't think they want to hang around for the really cold weather. And everybody, all the good riding was yesterday and the day before. And of course, we rode our butts off. We were exhausted when we got home yesterday. We rode all over the place and had a lot of fun. But we look forward to this every year. It's a great place to come ride. Had a good bit of rain last night. Like I said, as you can see, a lot of the leaves have been knocked off the trees, but they're still gorgeous. Nothing wrong with these golden shoulders of the road here too. That's no big. A little bit about Needmore. Needmore is a road that is somewhat parallel to Highway 28 Moonshiner from let's say the near Bryson City into Franklin, North Carolina. And this may have been an original road, maybe before they did 28, or I'm not sure which one predates the other. But you can see, look at this, isn't this gorgeous right here? This is the closest we can get to the river. In almost any of our rides, we're like about 5 feet above the level of the water. And the water looks good. It's not, all that rain we had, it still didn't flood out too much. I can tell it's a little bit higher than normal, but not really. But this road is very well traveled. A lot of commercial vehicles travel on this. Even though it does go to gravel for part of it, it's a lot straighter. Not as many twisties as say Highway 28 does, going along through the crest of the mountains. But when we get down here a little ways, I'll try to point out where 28 is up above us to the left, so you can kind of get a reference to where the river is here. But one of our good friends, Fletcher, who comes up here quite a bit, recommended this road to us, and we've always enjoyed coming out here. And I thought I'd do a little video just to, again, show mostly the fall colors and how beautiful it is here this time of year. It's not like this very often. The locals say last weekend was the best for color, but I think that's really only up at the upper altitudes, up around 5,000 feet. A lot of the leaves are gone, but anywhere below that, it's just like right here, it's just gorgeous. If you get the sun to shine through there, I mean, isn't that just pretty as it can be? And so far, uneventful trip, knock on wood. Just had a lot of interesting things happen to people around us. One of the guys was getting ready to go out on a ride with another fella, and don't know what happened. Don't know, we got whiskey throttle, or he was showing off, or he said his glove got hung up in his throttle, and but he ended up jumping some of the decorative rocks in the stones, really big rocks that are lining the drive at the resort. The bike did an end over end, and he was lucky he didn't hit anything apparently, and he was fully geared up, but his bike hit so hard that it broke the valve cover. It was might have been a BMW, I'm not sure which. It was a horizontal engine, and it broke the valve cover, and dumped all the oil out right at a intersection of two roads, the two roads that come into the resort. And before the I think before the bike had even stopped moving, about 20 people had dropped what they were doing and were running over there. And by the time I got there, everybody was there. He was up walking. They had gotten the bike up, but it was just gushing all its oil out on the ground. So I helped him clean it up, and pretty soon we had it looking pretty spick and span. And we marked it with a couple of cones that he happened to have, and so nobody would ride through there for the day. And unfortunately, that was the end of his riding for his trip. He didn't bring but just the one motorcycle. So that kind of ended his trip. But we met some really nice people. We've talked to a lot of folks. Every time you go camping, you see how other people did it. For the first time, I've seen a trailer that I wouldn't mind having if I ever were to go to a trailer away from the truck camper that we have, which, to be honest, works perfect for us. But they had a toy hauler that he said will hold 2,200 pounds in the back of the cargo, and these two bikes weigh, maybe what, 400 pounds less than that, maybe 600 pounds less than that. I'd have to actually weigh them to see. So it's doable, and it's a bumper pull. It's not a gooseneck, which I was trying to avoid. But anyway, maybe something to consider in the future if we ever want to really start traveling and need something bigger than just the truck camper. Truck camper is great for short hauls, up to about a week. It's fantastic, especially if the weather's good enough that you can spend all that time outside. But a bigger trailer would be nice, especially if we ever wanted to bring the grandkids with us, or invite some friends to come along and stay along with us. We'd have more room for everybody. Could get pulled out and put a regular camper top on the pickup, or even even leave the camper top that's on it on there. We'd have a place for us, and a big suite for guests, and a way to bring at least these two bikes. So something to consider. I didn't really research it too much because of the deal we had with our trailer that we already have, and so unless we're ready to spend a little more money, I think we're going to stick with what we have. In case anybody's interested in knowing, at the present time where we're staying at the Iron Horse Motorcycle Lodge, if you would like to stay overnight in a campground, if you have a camper and you only want electricity, it's $42.50 a night. That's pretty darn good. Got a great bathroom, shower area, all really nice amenities. They do meals at times. You have to check with them to see what those times are. They do not do lunch because they figure everybody's out riding. And but very inexpensive. I think the cheapest room is about $125 a night, so you can definitely save money if you have a camper. They also offer tent camping, although I've never done that. I don't know how much cheaper that is, so I'm sorry I don't have a price on that for you. But certainly a place we recommend. They will be closing at the end of this month. They have been trying to stay open all winter, but frankly the business hasn't been there. COVID hit them pretty bad. The business hasn't been there for them, and I understand they're going to do some major renovations to the plumbing. They are on a septic system, and it does give them trouble from time to time, and so I think they're going to go through there and do some serious work on it. And we're looking forward to coming next year. As long as they're here, we're going to come here because of roads like this, places that we love. But I mean, look at this right here. Isn't that cool? Yeah, just beautiful, beautiful. Of course, I'm going too hot into the corner. I'm going to run over my lovely wife. But this will tie back into the river here in just a minute. We were just at that little short stretch of it, and we're going to go back down to it now, and then the road will turn to gravel before too much longer. You can see you might be able to see the glint off the water from the sun coming through the trees right now. It's right there. River's right there. Kind of cool. They got kennel down here. It's about the only thing down here. That's pretty cool. You don't disturb your neighbors. There are a few roads off of it, so there's probably some housing up in there somewhere. But we've never been up in there, so I couldn't promise you anything's there. But here we go. We're getting onto the gravel. Now this gravel is pretty hard packed. As you can see, there's not much in the way of stones on it. We worry about Susan's drive belt. This has a drive shaft, so there's no danger of a rock getting in it, but she has to be careful and go slow, so I'm going to be going slow. I hope that bores you, I'm sorry. We're going to be right up here where we can see the water again, and it's going to be gorgeous. But again, you wouldn't believe how much traffic comes down here. The power line trucks and refrigerated food trucks, all kinds of things come down this road all the time. But as you can see, there's not much gravel on this road. It's pretty much I don't know what you'd call it. It's not mud. I mean, it's not dirt. There used to be a thing, I guess it still is, called crush and run that they used to put down on the road, and mostly it's rock dust and small rock that's been crushed, run through a crusher many, many times. And that looks like that's probably what this is, rock dust. It's in pretty good shape. They must hit it with a motor grader every now and then, because you don't get a lot of washout or washboards like that. But try to get off the backrest whenever I see something really bumpy, so I'll drive you crazy with my Porky Pig voice. That's all, folks. Here we are back to the river again. Get some better look of it as we go up here a little farther. But this has been an exemplary trip so far. I've got a lot of video in the can. I'll try to get some of it out. Unfortunately, due to the nature of some of these roads, some of the videos are pretty long. Might be some 20 minutes in there, or, you know, a little longer. And if you don't want to watch them all, that's fine. But you never know what you're going to find. At the end of my series where I go down and up the dragon, there's a wrecked slingshot and cruiser at the beginning of the going down the dragon, and at the end of coming up. I got a little bit of it on video, not a whole lot. But the colors there were great. It was busiest I've ever seen it, although I only did get past once, if I remember right, coming up the dragon. That's pretty good for me. But isn't that beautiful right here at the river? We come down here in the summertime too, and you get off, and you know, it's really nice. It's cool. You can get right down to the water in a lot of places. Yeah, there's a house. Somebody lives up there. But it's not real deep, but it's always moving, and it's always about this level. I don't know. I know they say it's been higher. It gets up as high. Sometimes it's almost the road here, but it's nice. It's like these rocks, all this stuff through here. But something we really enjoy. It'd be nice to have this would be a good place for a canoe. I think you could probably paddle upstream a little bit. Of course, I'd go downstream. There's not any serious whitewater in this section, at least. And this dumps into the lake, not far from where we're staying. I think that lake ends up being contained by the Fontana Dam. I guess would you say it's the headwaters of the Fontana Dam lake. But I can see in the summertime pulling over and finding a good spot to park, walk out there and hang out on the rocks, fish a little bit, or just sit there and enjoy the day. But, all right, I tell you what, this is going to get hideously long, and this is pretty much the view that we have. Oh, by the way, 28 is right up on that hill there. So I got to get off the backrest. 28 is on that hill right up there. It comes in, and it's just on the other side, or really it's kind of hidden by the trees. There'll be some houses up there in a little ways. Some people built some houses on it. And she's pulling over, so I'm going to stop. All right, everybody, that's it for now. Take care. Bye-bye.